guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Happy Learning with Bhavna. So I hope you must be doing great guys, and I have done a lot of homework for you, and I hope you must be also practicing at home. How's your practice going on? I hope you must be practicing at home. So guys, please do practice, as I always say in my videos, because if you will not do practice, you won't be able to speak fluently. Another tip for you guys is that if you're reading, listening and writing and you're thinking that this will help you in improving your communication skills, you're wrong. Okay, so you need to do practice, a bit more practice by speaking. So reading, listening and writing things will enhance your knowledge, will give you vocabularies, but when it comes to improving your communication skills, you need to speak. Okay, all right, so let's talk about our today's topic, speaking. Today's video is all about related to IELTS speaking. So guys, IELTS means International English Language Testing System. Yes. So this is majorly given by those students who wants to go abroad for their higher studies or for settlement purposes over there, or even for work purpose generally. Okay. So those kind of students have to prepare for IELTS. Okay. So now IELTS is divided into 4 parts: reading, listening, writing and speaking. So today I'll be covering the speaking part of IELTS. I'll be giving you tips and tricks on that, okay, so that you could score a bit more and clear your IELTS at one go. So guys, first of all, I'll be covering the 12 top points which you have to take care of when you're going to appear in an IELTS exam. So the first point is be formal. So guys, you have to be formal. It means that you should wear something formal. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको कुछ भी casual dress पहन के आप जा सकते हो. You should look like a formal. You are going to attend a meeting. Okay, so however it's your exam, but you have to consider that you're going for a meeting. Okay, so you have to be in formal clothes. Okay, avoid wearing casual clothes. Point. Give full answers. Yes. So guys, when it comes to IELTS, you're not supposed to give your one word answer, yes, no, okay, 1, 2, 3, whatever the examiner asks you accordingly. So you have to give a full answer, a full length answer, because then only the examiner will be able to judge you based upon your communication skills, based upon your way of speaking. Okay, so don't give one word answers. The third thing is be polite and cultured. Yes. So this is also very important. Be polite and cultured. It does not mean कि आप वहाँ पे जाके लड़ाई कर रहे हो. Okay. So be polite and cultured means yes, you will definitely be in a good way. You will be talking in a good way with the examiner. So you have to be polite. Have patience. If you don't understand anything, ask examiner clearly. Can you please repeat it again? Can you please come again? I beg your pardon. Could be anything. In any of the way, you can ask examiner to repeat himself or herself. But simultaneously you have to take care that don't repeat this thing again and again. Okay, once a time or twice a time, it's okay. If you don't understand anything, do active listening. That's very important. So our fourth point for today is maintain a good posture. Yes, so guys, you have to, when you are preparing for IELTS, so you know your physical appearance matters a lot. Apart from that, when you are sitting, you have to maintain a good sitting posture so that you could feel much better. Put your back straight. Then only you will be able to sit comfortably. Okay, don't lie on the chairs. You're not there for a comfortable zone. You're there for a kind of interview. So maintain a good sitting posture in front of the interviewer. And coming towards our fifth tip for today is that use descriptive words. Yes guys, so आपको descriptive words use करने हैं to express yourself. It is very important. Okay, when it comes to IELTS, okay, silence is not golden. Okay, so I'll cover this point later on. However, you have to describe something. Like if the examiner has asked you which is your favorite vegetable, you can say that my favorite vegetable is ladyfinger because that is something which I like since my childhood, or that is something which is very delicious. For example, if the examiner asks you that what kind of sports you like, so rather than saying that I like indoor sports or outdoor sports, explain, give a brief description that why you like to play indoor sports or why you like to play outdoor sports. So support your answer with why every time. So in this way you will be able to describe more on your topics or more on your answers. As I said that guys, in IELTS silence is not golden. So the next point is speak up. Yes, definitely. So you have to speak because it's your speaking test. So like if you're saying only one word, okay, that's not that's not acceptable. You have to be a bit descriptive. In general life, silence is golden, what I actually think is, but when it comes to IELTS, silence is not golden. You have to be talkative. So try to be a chatterbox, okay, when you are appearing for IELTS exam. The next point is that keep a steady pace, okay. So your pace, your intonation, the way of your speaking, it should be equal throughout your speaking test when you are preparing for IELTS exam. It is not that किसी आंसर में आप बहुत फास्ट बोल के रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं, किसी आंसर में आप बहुत धीरे धीरे आंसर कर रहे हैं, किसी में आप सोच रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो दिस शुड नॉट बी देयर लाइक दिस. सो आइडियली योर स्पीड शुड बी not too fast, not too slow. And intonation plays a very important role, guys. Make sure that whenever you speak with a good intonation. Intonation for this thing, you can see my previous videos, 90 days challenge. There I have explained what intonation is. So well, it's a very easy thing, you know. Intonation is something which is the fluctuation which we do generally while speaking. So for more details, you can visit to 90 days speaking challenge video. Next point is use foreign words. So use foreign words. It means that if the examiner is asking you, where do you come from? So rather than saying that I come from Delhi, say that I come from the capital of India, that is Delhi. If you're from Punjab and the examiner asks you that where do you come from, so you can say that I come from a state from northern India, that is Punjab. Okay, so use these kind of descriptive words. Maybe to whomsoever you are giving, whomsoever you are giving your IELTS exam is not from India, is from abroad. Then how come he could be knowing that where is Punjab, where is Delhi? So be descriptive a bit. This would give, you know, like a good way of your explaining things. Another thing is that, guys, stay on the topic. Don't go here and there anywhere from out of your topic. Like, don't get diverted from your topic. A lot of people generally do this mistake, and here you have to take care of your emotions, of your whatever you're speaking, guys. So don't go nervous, okay? Can think that it's just a speaking test, okay? You're just communicating with a stranger. You have to just answer few things. That's completely okay, okay? So don't get nervous and be on the topic. Don't allow yourself to divert from the topic. It's very important. So whatever the examiner has asked you, give the answer according to that. Apart from that, if possible, do paraphrasing. In my next video, I will definitely let you know how to do paraphrasing. So our 11th point for the day is don't use slang words. So when it comes to guys IELTS speaking, so you're not supposed to use slang words. Slang words means, for example, kids, stuff. Okay, so don't use this thing like I know few kids. No, I know few children. Okay, so this is a test where you have to be formal. So this thing you have to take care in your mind, that don't use slang words. And the last but not the least point is don't memorize answers. So a lot of students I have seen, they sometimes try to memorize a few lines, or they sometimes try to memorize answers, but that is actually not the correct, guys, because sometimes what happen is if in case you forget any of the word in between, your sentence may go wrong. So that is something which I or even another teacher will give you advice to do this thing. So my suggestion would be also the same, not to memorize the answers. Yes, but it is also very important. If you have a set of cue cards, just go through it. Okay, that's very important because it gives you ideas. It will let you know how to do the paraphrasing. So that is something which is very important. So that was few things which you have to take care when you are appearing for IELTS exam. Okay, guys, now I will be letting you know that what thing you will be marked upon on your IELTS exam. Okay, on your IELTS speaking test, rather I would say. First of all, when it comes to general or academics, there are the same test. There is no other test for academics or for general. The speaking modules remains the same for both of the candidates. You're appearing for academics or appearing for general. IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 parts. Part 1, introduction round. Part 2, cue card. And part 3 is follow-up round. So when it comes to the first round, guys, introduction round, in the first round, the examiner will ask you about very basic things: hobbies, your family, your background, your studies. It could be related to anything. The first round is generally there to make you feel better or able. And in IELTS first round, generally 5 to 7 questions are asked from you, from examiner. Okay, and you need to give answers in all round, either yes, no. Support your answer with why always. So you're supposed to give at least 2 lines of answer in your first round of IELTS speaking test. Moving towards our second round of IELTS speaking test. When it comes to the second part of IELTS, that is cue card, that is a question. Cue card is in a form of a question, okay, which is supported by few of the sub points, okay. So you have to use that sub point in and frame one story, okay. It could be a fictitious story. The best thing about IELTS is that you are supposed to even say lie. That is acceptable, but the one thing which should be correct is your English, okay. So IELTS is not even the test which is based upon your knowledge, okay. So this is something you can take the advantage of, guys. Apart from that, I would suggest you to keep speaking for 2 minutes until the examiner will not stop you. Use paraphrasing for starting your cue card and try to do a good ending so that it gives a great impression on examiner. So guys, throughout your IELTS exam, you will be marked upon certain criteria. So today I'm going to cover few of them, okay. So the first and very basic is pronunciation. So you know, when you are appearing for IELTS exam and it's an international exam, so you have to be very particular about your pronunciation. It should be exact, perfect when you are speaking, okay. So the best way to pronounce a word is open your mouth completely and then speak. Then the exact pronunciation comes. That's the only way, okay. Otherwise, the thing is that repeat it again and again. So in pronunciation, you will be judged upon able to understand throughout the test. So examiner will check that whether you will be able to understand throughout the test or not. Then he will be checking that able to use intonation, the rise and fluctuation in your speaking, was this thing there available or not. Then your accent, okay, so your accent does not affect understanding, so use a neutral accent. Don't try to copy someone's accent, guys. That's very important, okay. Apart from that, accurate words and sound pronunciation, that is something which is very important and the base of the English. So if you are pronouncing accept, so it should be accept, not accept, okay, or not anything else. The second thing on which you will be marked upon is fluency. So the examiner will check that whether you are talking at a good length or not, okay. Then talking without pauses or hesitation, how many pauses you are taking, how many self-correction you are doing, whether you are hesitating while speaking or not, okay. And then third point is talking without self-correction. This is very important, guys. So sometimes students generally say that I do this thing, no, okay. Then they realize that I did this thing, okay. Another thing is that sometimes while speaking they think that they have spoken something wrong and they try to correct themselves. So that is self-correction, and that gives something a bad impact. So try to do a very less, or try to avoid this thing. Try to avoid doing self-correction. Fluency looks more beautiful when you're using conjunctions, you're linking devices, so that is very important. So I would suggest you to use conjunction. That is a major part of your communication skills, so be focused towards conjunction and use them. Apart from pronunciation and fluency, you will be judged upon lexical resources. What kind of lexical resources you're using. So judged upon using a range of vocabulary and paraphrasing. So what kind of vocabularies you're using and what kind of paraphrasing you're doing. So guys, paraphrasing is nothing, it's just, you know, twisting your cue card or rephrasing the statement of your question or your cue card and expressing the same thing on that topic. You will be also judged upon your collocations, that what kind of collocations you are using. So you will be judged upon using synonyms, okay, what synonyms you are using. So that is also very important. So if you're repeating the same word, like I went to a restaurant yesterday and I had it was very tasty, and even my brother liked it and he said that the food was very tasty. No, okay, this is wrong, okay. So the exact way, so if you have to even use tasty words, so use the synonyms for that. For example, say that I went to a restaurant yesterday where I had a very delicious food. Apart from that, my family also said this thing, that they really liked the food, and according to them the food was really scrumptious, okay. So it should be like this. Use variety of sentences. Try to play with the language. That's very important. Avoid less common vocabularies. So guys, you know, less common vocabulary is something which everyone can use. So it's good for you if you use some advanced vocabulary. That's very important because makes you a bit different from other students. Okay, so like 9 out of 10 students will use the common vocabulary. So if you want to be that particular, that one student who will be different from others, so use advanced vocabularies. That's very important. Then avoiding errors, that's very important. Avoid making errors when you're speaking. Okay. Then the fourth point on which you will be judged upon is your grammar and accuracy. So this is something, the very important point, I must say. So you have to use a range of sentence structure, that is very important. So it's not that every time when you're speaking you're using the continuous form, okay, or past form, perfect form, okay. So it should be the mixture of all the tenses. So when you're speaking, try to speak continuous, perfect continuous. So use a lot of almost all kind of tenses, whatever you can use the best, okay. So that's the reason I said that start playing with the language. The day you will learn that how to play with the language, you will actually enjoy the beauty of English, guys. Trust me. Again, avoiding errors. When it comes to grammar, you're not supposed to do kind of mistakes, because the test is recorded, and apart from that, the examiner has a much greater knowledge. If you'll go wrong anywhere, he or she will catch you then and there, and it gives a very bad impact. It might lead to get you less scores as well. So avoid doing errors. So guys, now I'll be covering the do's and don'ts, okay, which you have to generally take care when you're appearing for IELTS exam, or when you're appearing for any kind of exam in which you have to face the examiner in front of you. So I'll be covering the do's first, then don'ts first, okay. So when it comes to giving any kind of exam, guys, so you have to be confident, you have to be friendly, okay. You don't hesitate, okay. So you have to be confident, you have to be flexible, I can say. It's important to maintain eye contact. If a person has very good communication skills, but that person is not able to make eye contact, I'm sorry, that person will not be able to score good marks, because confident, your expression, eye contact, your body language, it really plays a lot of role when it comes to speaking fluently. That is something which is also measured, on which you are also judged upon. So please make sure that you are maintaining eye contact, okay. For example, let me give you an example for this. If you're talking to me, and if I'll be guiding you on this video, looking here and there and here, or like this, so you will not feel good, like you will feel that where ma'am is looking towards, okay. So it's very important to maintain eye contact so that you could look more confident, okay. Another thing which I have also noticed, okay, I just remember it. So generally few of the students I have seen, when they speak, they speak very slowly. The reason behind is definitely they feel hesitated when it comes to speaking, where they're not sure. So that is something you have to take care of. So be particular, guys. When you're speaking, speak aloud, be confident. No matter where, even if you're speaking wrong, try to just speak a bit loud. Then when you're giving answers, there should be a kind of excitement on your face. It should reflect, okay, the kind of excitement on your face, that yes, I'm there for my IELTS speaking test today. So the kind of excitement shows that how confident you are when it comes to giving your any kind of exams. Next point is vocabularies. Make sure that you use good vocabularies, guys. It's very important, especially for IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, or any kind of international exams. You need to be very particular about your vocabularies. For example, if you have to say food, don't say food, say cuisines, okay. That's very simple. Use advanced version of vocabularies, and for this thing definitely you have to study, you have to do practice. If you have to say friends, then don't say friends, okay, say peers. My peers, I was there with my peers. Or you can also say acquaintance. Okay, if the examiner will ask you, do you like this thing, don't say I like, okay. The thing is that in any scenario, if you have to express that I like this thing, no, don't say like, say I enjoy doing this thing, okay. For example, if the examiner asks you, do you like swimming, so in answers, don't say like, say, oh, in fact I enjoy swimming, in fact I enjoy doing swimming. Or in any way you can answer that, oh, I really love it, I prefer to do swimming in my leisure time, in summers. And the next thing which is under do's is that, guys, you need to know how to express yourself. So extend your answers, use give suggestions, opinions, your make conclusions towards your statement, or So give relevant examples to extend your answers. Okay, so these were the do's, guys. Now I'll be covering about the don'ts while when you are giving your any kind of exam, especially IELTS. As when it comes to don'ts of IELTS exam, you have to be very particular that you are not using such things. So the very first thing which you have to take care while giving your IELTS exam or any kind of exam in which you have to face the examiner is that you don't try to get physical with the examiner. Okay, so getting physical means don't try to hug the examiner or don't try to shake hand with the examiner, which we generally do with our friends. So as I said that, which we generally do with our friends, right? So this is something which we do our friends. So examiner is not our friend. Okay, so he is your teacher, so with respect to them. So rather than offering a handshake to the examiner, it's all prefer to wish them good morning sir, good afternoon sir, so according to the time, wish them with a beautiful smile. The next thing is that don't speak with a monotone. Okay, use intonation, which is very important. Don't give yes or no answers, guys. It's very important. As I said already, silence is not golden. You are not supposed to say yes or no, because examiner is not there to listen your yes or no. He's there to judge you based upon your communication skills. So if you will not speak, the examiner will not be able to judge you and he won't be able to give you good bands. So to achieve good bands, you have to speak up. Okay, so yes or no answers or one word answers are not acceptable when it comes to IELTS speaking material. Then guys, don't repeat the question. Suppose if the examiner has asked you what is your name, oh, what is my name? My name is Bhavna. No, this is wrong. If the examiner have asked you what is your name, say directly, my name is Bhavna. Okay, I come from the capital of India, that is Delhi. The next point in our don't is don't go off the topic. This is very important, guys. Don't go off the topic. You have to stick on the topic. Don't go out of track of your topic. Another thing, guys, so the most important which I will say is that don't ever say examiner that I don't know about this thing. Okay, there is always a way of saying no to everything. Okay, suppose you don't know anything and the examiner has asked you something which you don't have knowledge relating to that, then you can simply say that I have never given a thought on this particular topic, but let me think about this. So use expression. This kind of expression should be there. Okay, so it should not be like this that you have memorized this line. Use expressions when you are saying this thing. Okay, so directly you can say that, well, I have not given a thought on this particular topic, but give me a few seconds, let me think about this. Okay, so you can take few seconds to think about and then you can give your answer. So this is also kind of expression where the examiner will actually focus upon, and you might get good marks on this thing. Rather than saying no, think about any particular point. The next point in don't list is that don't speak too slowly or too fast. That is something, you know, like when students get nervous, they try to speak very fast to show that they're fluent, but fluency does not mean that you're speaking very fast. Or sometimes students, when they get confused, when they are hesitating, they speak very slow. So this is also which is not preferable. So my suggestion would be to speak at a normal pace. Okay, use good intonation, which is very important. Another and the very most important tip, guys, is that if you're not sure of using complex sentences, big sentences, or any complicated sentences, I would suggest you not to go in that particular thing. It's always better to use simple sentences if you're not sure that how to end up your complicated sentences. So rather than going wrong, be particular what you are speaking. Stick to your small sentences. So guys, now I'll be giving you a few tips on which you can focus upon. Make sure that you're following those points when you're giving your IELTS speaking exam to score good bands. So let's see those tips. When it comes to part 1, be confident and relaxed. It's very important to maintain eye contact with the examiner. Answer every question with at least 2 sentences. When it comes to part 2, write down the main points. Simply speak, no big words. If you aren't sure how to use them, make it sound interesting. When it comes to part 3, follow-up round, have an opinion on everything. Any kind of opinion is acceptable, no good or bad opinion. Okay, so guys, I hope you must have liked this video, and yes, At the end, also don't forget to thank the interviewer. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos, guys. And yes, I will be looking forward for your comments on the comment section about this video. Do you actually liked it or not? Was it helpful for you guys or not? So see you in my next video, guys. Till then, bye bye.